Josh Allen went from baling hay on a tiny farm to becoming one of the NFL's most feared quarterbacks. From a quiet childhood in Fireball, California, Josh Allen's journey from overlooked high school player to NFL MVP is astonishing. And here's where it all began. A tiny town, a cotton farm, and a kid with more grit than most adults. Josh Allen was born on the 21st of May, 1996 in Fireball, California, a town so small it barely registers on a map, just 8,600 people. Second of 4 kids to Levin and Joel Allen, Josh grew up on a 3-acre cotton farm. Life wasn't easy. He spent long days digging ditches, moving irrigation pipes, and hacking weeds under the relentless California sun. There were no fancy distractions, no endless social media scrolling, just hard work and the sound of the wind through the cotton fields.
Josh developed into the player that he did because he didn't have a lot of the distractions that he would have had living in a larger town or a big...
He also helped his mom run the family restaurant, learning responsibility and patience in ways most teenagers never do. And somehow, amidst all the labor, he found time to play everything: football, basketball, baseball, even swimming. Athleticism ran in his veins, but it was the farm that forged his mental toughness.
Being raised on a farm and in a small town kept Josh humble, so we kept his friends.
But wait, it's about to get way more impressive, because talent alone wasn't enough to get noticed. Josh played for Fireball High School, a program that had been historically weak, barely making a dent in California high school football. Yet, when Josh hit the field, everything changed. As a junior, he threw 26 touchdowns, leading Fireball to a 7-3 record and ending a 10-year losing streak against rival Mendota. The crowd's energy that day? Electric. You could feel the town buzzing like it had never before. Senior year, Josh was untouchable. 33 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions, and the best season in school history. Over his high school career, he amassed 5,200 passing yards and 59 touchdowns. Fireball retired his number, something no other player in history had earned. And if that wasn't enough, he dominated on the basketball court, leading in scoring, and could throw a baseball at 90 miles per hour. But here's the kicker. Despite all this, major colleges barely looked his way. Small town, no fancy football camps, and weak competition wrote him off. The world didn't yet know this kid from Fireball was about to change everything. And here's where most people would have stopped, but not Josh. Even after a historic high school career, Josh Allen received 0 Division I offers. He had 1 walk-on opportunity at San Diego State with no guarantee he'd even see the field. Most would have packed it, but Josh? Not a chance. He had NFL dreams, and he wasn't letting go. That's when Ernie Rodriguez, the offensive coordinator at Reedley College, saw something nobody else did. Just an hour from home, Josh joined Reedley, starting as a backup for the first 3 games. And yes, he had grown 6'5", 210 pounds of raw athletic power. His first collegiate game was a statement: 4 rushing touchdowns. Just like that, he was on the map. By the end of the season, he had 2,255 yards and 26 total touchdowns, helping Reedley rank 9th in California junior college offense, 285 passing yards per game and 39.4 points per game. He wasn't just a farm kid anymore. He was a force waiting for the world to notice. And here's where determination met opportunity. Josh didn't wait for colleges to come to him, he went straight to them. Now standing 6'5" and 238 pounds, he personally emailed every Division I program in the country, attaching highlight reels that showed his rocket arm, athleticism, and raw potential. From Alabama to Washington, he reached out to them all. But here's the kicker, only 2 schools responded: Eastern Michigan and Wyoming. After Eastern Michigan pulled its offer, Wyoming, initially scouting another player, discovered Josh Allen. Coach Craig Bohl flew to California and told his family, "There's only one quarterback, we want your son." Fresno State, his dream school, passed, pushing him west to Wyoming. Allen, who initially played as a backup, suffered a collarbone fracture, but turned the misfortune into an opportunity for personal development. He not only participated in big upsets, but also eventually led the league with 28 touchdown passes. Plus, he was also considered a top prospect by the NFL. The very next year, critics' opinions on Josh Allen's might could not be more wrong. He, so to speak, turned the tables. The beginning of the new season proved to be difficult. The first 3 games resulted in only 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and less than 100 yards passing each. At the same time, his accuracy and especially NFL readiness were being doubted. However, Allen made up for it with a great second half of the season, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Wyoming with an 8-5 record. At the end of the season, he was considered a first-round draft pick by scouts raw, powerful, and ready for the NFL. When the new league draft took place in April 2018, the Buffalo Bills took the opportunity of trading up to select Josh Allen as the 7th overall pick. The expectations could not be any higher, but the rookie year was all trial by fire for him. Following Nathan Peterman's unbelievably poor performance, Allen was given the chance and did not disappoint, showing up with his power and mobility and his unpolished but highly potent ability. The interceptions he threw out numbered the touchdowns he gave. However, the 8 rushing scores he achieved were evidence that he possessed the dual-threat talent. The Bills ended the season with a record of 6-10. Nevertheless, Allen's development pointed out that there is a possible future franchise quarterback who is being made. And then, all at once, everything started going right. The year 2019 marked Allen's growth. Buffalo reversed their record to 10-6, securing a playoff spot. His statistics were a clear indication of real improvement. 3,089 passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns, 9 rushing TDs, and 9 interceptions. Even his completion percentage went up by 6%, which is a sign of a quarterback refining his mechanics and decision-making. Playoff debut? A wildcard matchup against Houston. It went to overtime, ending in heartbreak despite Allen throwing 264 yards. But the performance validated the draft hype. He had become a good starter within 2 years, just as scouts predicted. For fans and analysts, it was confirmation. Josh Allen wasn't just a project anymore, he was a rising NFL star with the tools to take Buffalo forward. And here's where the world took notice. 2020 was the year Josh Allen went from promising QB to outright superstar. The Bills brought in Stefon Diggs, a player whom Allen could rely on. What happened during Week 1 with the Jets? 312 passing yards, 2 TDs, 1 rushing TD, 72% completion rate, and a 27-17 victory. Week 2 was against the Dolphins, a 46-yard game-winning TD in the last quarter, 4 total TDs, and 300-plus passing yards. Week 3 was with the Rams, the 3rd consecutive game of 300-plus yards passing and 4 TDs, thus being the first player ever in the NFL to have several 400-yard, 3 TD games without an interception in a single season. Buffalo's record was 13-3, clinching the AFC East title for the first time since 1995. Allen's stats for the season: 4,544 yards passing, 37 TDs, 10 interceptions, and 8 rushing TDs. He won a few awards: Pro Bowl, 2nd in MVP voting, and 2nd Team All-Pro. What about playoffs? A difficult defeat in the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, but only 1 interception, and his completion rate went up by 12% compared to the previous postseason. Allen had arrived, and now the Bills put their faith and money where their eyes were. On the 6th of August 2021, Josh Allen signed a 6-year, $258 million contract extension, $43 million per year, with $150 million guaranteed. This wasn't just about cashing a fat check, nah. This was Josh Allen planting his flag as the dude in Buffalo. That season, Guy was on fire. Blew past 10,000 passing yards, broke Jim Kelly's old touchdown record with 82, and basically rewrote the Bills' history books. Buffalo went 11-6, locking the AFC East again back-to-back, baby. Now, the playoffs. Man, what a ride. The wild-card game against the Pats was basically a flex. They literally scored every time they touched the ball. Allen threw 5 TDs, and you could just feel the swagger. Unstoppable vibes. But then, the Chiefs game, total heartbreaker. Overtime kicks off, KC wins the toss, and boom, scores right away, game over. Bills don't even get a shot. Everyone was so ticked, they had to make a whole new rule in 2023 just because of that mess. Yep, the Josh Allen rule, kind of legendary, honestly. Allen's playoff passer rating? A ridiculous 149. nobody in Bills history has even come close.
Allen will boot and he'll flip it wide open. The man who scored on the touchdown.
Josh Allen didn't slow down. In the year 2022, he was the NFL's highest scorer concerning total air yards with 2,671 yards. A 98-yard touchdown pass to Gabe Davis, the longest in Bills history, was part of a 424-yard, 4 TD performance against the Steelers. It was a moment that Week 5 had brought and made it to the highlight reels. Buffalo finished 13-3, claiming their title in the division for the third year in a row. Playoffs? They managed to win the wild card against Miami, 352 yards, 3 TDs, but then lost in a snowy divisional match to Cincinnati, close yet no Super Bowl journey. The year 2023 began with a lot of mess. The first week defeat to the Jets, where 3 interceptions were thrown, worried fans, but Allen returned. His passing yardage total was 4,363, with 29 passing TDs and 15 rushing TDs, thus establishing a quarterback record for rushing TDs. His breaking of Kyler Murray's record was for most games with both kinds of TDs in a season, 11, and becoming the only player in NFL history with 4 consecutive seasons of 40-plus total TDs. Buffalo tied a franchise record with 4 consecutive AFC titles. Wildcard highlights included a 52-yard touchdown versus the Steelers, but once again, the Chiefs ended their divisional round run, despite Allen accounting for all 3 Bills touchdowns. Critics have called him most overrated, yet Josh Allen continues to prove them wrong with elite quarterback play, leadership, and consistency. He remains the driving force for Buffalo, chasing division titles, setting records, and maintaining MVP-level performance season after season. From a small-town farm kid overlooked by every major program to an NFL superstar, Allen's story is built on grit, resilience, and a relentless work ethic. Every pass, every touchdown, and every comeback tells the tale of a player who refused to quit, who turned doubt into fuel, and who now defines the Bills franchise for a new era. Josh Allen proves that hard work, determination, and belief in yourself can conquer doubt and adversity. From a 0-star recruit on a tiny farm to NFL MVP, his journey inspires fans everywhere. Stay tuned with Blitz for more incredible athlete stories, jaw-dropping plays, and the moments that define greatness.